Give it up for Miss Samaria. All right. We got one more keynote speech here from FDJ member, leader, and my comrade, Charlotta Pritchett. So Charlotta is a longtime partner of Timothy Glaze, a 58-year-old man who was gunned down by Chicago police on January 3rd, 2025, shot 16 times inside a Chicago Housing Authority senior building. Charlotta has seen police killings on the news for years and never thought it could happen to her. Since the day Timothy was killed, she has turned her pain into purpose and has taken up the fight to get justice for Timothy and get the cops who killed him locked away. She's led protests on police precincts, spoke out in the media against police crimes, and has confronted the state's attorney and the Chicago mayor to demand answers and justice. As a member of Families Demanding Justice, Charlotta has connected with families across this country, offering support and courage to people at their lowest points to stand up and fight for their loved ones. She has traveled across the country to lend her support to families in need and connect with others in the struggle against police brutality. So, without further ado, give it up for Charlotta Pritchett.
What's up, people? What's it? Look, let me tell y'all something. Before I start this speech, let me tell y'all something. This has been the longest month in my life preparing for this moment right here. That video call I had with Kalanje, I was so nervous. I told him, Quinn, where I got to meet with him? So a lot of you are organized, you need to talk to the man. But you know what? I said this to some people that came by my house last night. I thank you guys for welcoming me into the family, for taking my feelings seriously. Because when Timothy was murdered, they thought it was funny. I didn't find shit funny about it. And so I went through a lot of trauma. But guess what? I'm still here. So I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. I'm so happy to see so many of you here today. You came out to Chicago for this very important and hopefully very powerful weekend full of critical discussions and presentations. United by a common hatred for our enemy. And love for one another, coming together in this fight against police brutality. Like she just said, we all we got. We all we got. So, what was funny when I got here today was everybody that cares me to my, hi, Charlotta. I'm like, who are you? Where you come from? I said, how you know my name? I'm from New York, but I know you're Charlotta. How you know? I don't know. How come all y'all know me and I don't know y'all? You know what they said? Because you famous. You've been all over everywhere. And you know, I sent a message out to my Facebook family, which is very small, about what I do. I tell everybody, Uber drivers, anybody that's going to listen, we need to kick police in the ass. I don't care who it is. I talk to them. And y'all see I got my own fan because menopause is a bitch. Excuse me. There we go. Oh, yeah, that feels good. So, yeah, like the Queen said, January 3rd, 2025 changed my life forever. You know, Timothy, my partner of 7 years, he had a rough life. And a lot of his roughness of life and how he was brought up, I didn't find out about until after he was murdered from his children's mother, whom I never met. And to hear some of the things that Timothy went through as a child and growing up, it was horrific. And it amazed me that he went through all of that and made it to be 58. So he was gunned down by 2 Chicago police officers, or pigs, as we say, Alejandro Urbano Mateo and Selah Salah. I will never forget their names, and I told their commander on January 3rd, 2026, let them know I'm coming at them. Let them know I'm 57 years old. I've been disabled for 26 years. I have a lot of underlying conditions. I told a commander, I don't care if I live to be 70, I'm coming at them. And I'm not going to stop until they pay for destroying my life. So they murdered him at the front door of my apartment. He was 58 years old, and we loved each other probably more than some married couples. And it wasn't always easy being with Tim. But when I finally got this Chicago Housing Authority voucher, which I have been wanting my whole life, I wanted him to live with me because Timothy was sick. He was very sick. He was dying from cancer. Timothy had prostate cancer, colon cancer, and stage 4 liver cancer. And at the time he was diagnosed with the stage 4 liver cancer, we were in the middle of a separation, but when I saw him on the street, I didn't even recognize him. That's how much weight the cancer had ate away. I didn't even know who he was. And so when you love somebody, I don't care what you go through, everybody goes through issues. Every couple have problems. But when I took him home that day, and he revealed to me about this stage, I knew about the other stuff, stage 4 liver cancer, he said, so, I'm dying, I don't know when, but I need your help. Man, I said, bump all them problems, my partner dying, and he ain't got nobody else to turn to. So, y'all know I'm a crybaby, but I ain't finna cry right now. I gotta get this out. So, he was extremely sick during the months leading up to his death. Timothy was 6'1", and he only weighed 137 pounds. He had nearly stopped eating. I would help him go to his doctor's appointments, including going to see a psychiatrist to deal with the mental toll that this cancer was taking on him, because he was zoned out, and they were teaching me how to bring him back. But despite all of his illnesses and not feeling well, Timothy took care of me. I'm telling you, I have so many underlying conditions, they make me sick. But he would make me meals, breakfast in bed when I was too sick to get up. You know, he did. My birthday to Timothy was the most important day of the year. It was more important than his birthday. He made sure that I felt special on December 31st. That's my birthday. Timothy would take me on, like, you know how you have a treasure map and you got an X marks the spot? He would give me some instructions. I want you to take the green line to the red line to the blue line to the Jarvis and get off at this stop and go around here. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get something for your birthday. And I would be like, damn, I'm blue line. I don't know which way to go, but I followed his directions. And when I got to X marks the spot, Timothy was standing there, his arms wide up, hey, babe. You know, and it was just sweet. And Valentine's Day, I was always asking, what you want for Christmas? Nothing. You my Christmas present. I said, what you want for your birthday? Nothing. You my birthday present. What you want me to give you? Nothing. I got you. So he was very special, but 3 days after my birthday, Chicago police took all that away from me. We had planned to celebrate that weekend because Timothy wasn't feeling good on my birthday. And the night of January 3rd, Timothy had been acting really strange. You don't live with somebody for 7 years and not notice a change in their demeanor or their actions or their words. And it kind of unnerved me a little bit. So he be zoning out, you know, like he didn't know where he was. And I knew then that something here was not working right. His voice changed, his demeanor changed, his eyes took on like a glassy, reddish glare. He was smiling and speaking in a tone of voice that I've never heard him use in 7 years. And at first I thought he was playing, but he kept talking like that. I'm like, something ain't right. But that didn't mean I was afraid of him. It just meant that he was going through something that I was not professionally able to handle. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What am I gonna do? Who am I call? Ghostbusters? Who am I call? So reluctantly, I called 911 to help Timothy, and they ended his life. I would never call 911 again. I could see somebody across the street fully ablaze. I would not call 911. They'll come shoot him. You know, so 911 used to be a number that I would call where I thought I can get somebody to serve and protect, which is what the car says. They need to change that to brutalize and kill. That's what they do. They don't serve and protect. They terrorize people. But I nearly had a stroke after Timothy's death. And to this day, I continue to suffer from insomnia and a host of other health issues that only have intensified pain in my heart and trauma. But the good news is, March 12th, which is just last month, the grief counselor that I've been seeing for the last 6 months, I tell everybody about that are struggling in family man justice. Anybody that'll listen that can speak English back to me, I'm telling. Hey, Kim. That's my Kim. That's my Kimmy. That's my Kimmy. Yeah. You know I got bad eyes. The thing how you see, I got my glasses and shit. Sometimes they don't work. Okay. This girl right here. No, you know what? No. Let me finish my speech. Okay, listen. Let me tell y'all something. My grief counselor told me he started seeing me every week. Then he started seeing me every 2 weeks. Then he started seeing me once a month. So on March 12th, he said, I don't need to see you no more. This is your last visit. I said, why not? What'd I do? He said, no. You're back to doing needlepoint. You're advocating for families across this country. You're helping people here in Chicago. You done turned your pain into purpose. I don't need to counsel you. I graduated. But he told me, my door is always open. If you need to talk to me, call, make an appointment. I ain't going nowhere. But you don't need to come in my office. You're helping other people more than I'm helping you. You don't need to come in my office no more. So my blood pressure, which had went to 195 over 160 for 2 months, because CHA, stupid ass, excuse my language, forced me to walk over the crime scene for 5 months. Rather than, they had 350 units in the building, I only want a different unit on a different floor. Oh, the manager said they call her the itch with the B in front. You're gonna stay in this apartment till your lease up. That's okay. But dare to struggle, that man right there, that bald head man over there. That's my comrade. They got me an attorney. I was out of there. So my pain, all the pain that I knew became my fuel to fight for justice. That's what I used as my fuel. I wanted those killer cops to be locked up and thrown in prison for the rest of their days. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. As long as I'm breathing, it's gonna happen. I wanted to raise hell for Timothy. Jail killer cops! Jail killer cops! Jail killer cops! I wanted to raise hell for Timothy because nobody else would. The so-called activists who showed up to use me to get on TV, they weren't gonna do it. The media who showed up to get their 5 o'clock segment, they weren't gonna do it. The CCPSA, COPA, and all these other bullshit police oversight boards, they weren't gonna do it. And our progressive mayor, I promise you, Brandon Johnson know my first and last name. When he was running for mayor, he promised to do something about police in this city. He has never mentioned Timothy's name once publicly. He has spoken over me at his events when I have demanded to know what you gonna do about these killer cops. He has had me physically removed by his security guards when I blow up his spot. He ain't gonna do shit. But I bet you one thing, I'm the reason he can't sleep some nights. I make it like that. I make it to, he think I'm just taking a break right now because of the weather. I'm coming at him again. I'm gonna bust up every meeting he have, I'm busting it up. So, this fight, this end to this pandemic, epidemic, episode, whatever you want to call it, it got to start somewhere. So, shortly after his killing, Dare to Struggle, my Ezzy, and my Isaiah, where you at? Oh, right there. They came to my house. They came to my door. And at that point, they gave me their mission statement, and I took it and closed them. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. But ever since that day, I've been fighting for justice. We marched on the police precinct where the killer cops work. We done charged inside. We demanded their immediate arrest. We marched on the state's attorney's office. I think that's when y'all started knowing me when I did that clip in front of the state's attorney's office. Because Eddie tried to give me the megaphone. I told him, damn that megaphone, I don't need that. But anyway, we demanded charges be filed against these officers. We marched on the mayor's house. That was great. That was great. We went to where he lived, demanding to know why he's done nothing to put killer cops in check. And this little punk had himself barricaded in with metal barricades like we SWAT. Man, what? Really? You scared to come out? So we got the little megaphone, I got on the mic there. Brandon Johnson, come on out. We got some shit to talk about. He didn't come outside, y'all. But the last time I confronted him, let me tell you something. I was this close. He was on the stage, and I was standing right in front of the stage. And I had tears running down my eyes. And while people tell me, let the mayor speak. Man, shut up. I said, Brandon, what you gonna do about it? I'm crying, I'm screaming. This is the first time Brandon Johnson looked me dead in my eyes. I saw something there, it wasn't concern, but I saw something there. It's like he's just seen me for the first time. I looked at him and said, I'm not done with this situation. They can hoop and holler about let the man speak. Your bodyguard can stand in front of me. Don't touch me. Because you're the mayor, they work for you. You gotta do something about it. I'm gonna harass your ass every day, every night, till I get tired, and then I'm gonna take a break and come back and do it some more. So, we've been out across the city, on the train, on the street corners, on the south side, on the west side, talking to people about police brutality. I normally take Uber everywhere I go because I got mobility issues. And if they can speak English, they're gonna hear me talk. About Dare to Struggle, families demanding justice, killer cops, Timothy Glaze. I'm gonna talk till I get where I'm going, and if it's a two-stop, I'm gonna talk when I get back in the car. But most of them listen, and sometimes I've had the same driver more than once. When I get in there, man, ain't you the lady whose boyfriend got killed by the cops? Yeah, that's me. They remember, which means I made a mark, because they remember. Now, we done shut streets down. We done taken arrests. And we won't stop going after these pigs and exposing their crimes until we get justice. Now, as Dare to Struggle and I started our fight to get justice for Timothy Glaze, they immediately connected me to a network of families they had recently organized and been working with from around the country. Families demanding justice. I love it. I quickly realized that I'm not in this fight by myself. Even though the people that I know and have known for years ain't helping me fight or think it's worth it. I got a damn family across the country that know what I'm feeling. They know what I'm feeling. They helping me fight. So I met Shanala Rhea, my mama love. Where my mama love at? There go mama love right there. Her son Antonio was killed in Harlem, New York by NYPD. Then I met Kim. Matter of fact, I went to Akron, Ohio to help Kim fight for justice. And her husband, Muhammad, was shot in the back by Akron PD in Ohio. I'm at Yvonne. Where my Yvonne at? Her partner, Alejandro, was killed in California by Fullerton PD while experiencing a mental health crisis similar to Tim's. I met so many families from coast to coast who all had stories about law enforcement murdering their loved ones, and they were all fighting to get justice. Connecting with these families in this struggle let me know I wasn't alone. That police killing us isn't just an accident. This shit is an epidemic. It is. Better yet, it's worse than coronavirus. It's a pandemic. And that despite what the media might show us, there are thousands of people that are working to end this nightmare across the country. We need an organized mass movement. We need a George Floyd movement. So, the care and support that families demanding justice and dare to struggle gave me have turned my pain into purpose. Because instead of just thinking about myself and my fight, it became a collective struggle to fight to get justice for all of our loved ones, for all stolen lives. In May of last year, this was some hard shit here, y'all, let me tell you. In May of last year, Dare to Struggle called me about another police killing on the west side, and that they had connected with the family. Nate Farron was only 19 years old when he was shot 3 times at point-blank range by Chicago pig Oscar Silas. Nate was tackled to the ground, pinned down on his stomach with Oscar's knee on his back, and shot in the back of the head 3 times. Nate was shame! Shame! Nate was a kid. Nate wasn't even 21 years old yet. It is. It is. And so, I was giving his mother's number. Her name's Tabitha. I wish she was here. They asked me would I like to reach out to Tabitha, which was my first family that I reached out to. And I was nervous as hell. I lost my partner. How in the hell am I going to console a grieving mother? I don't have any children. So I don't even know what a mother feels like having her child gunned down. But I know that shit hurt because my partner, that hurt. So I said, you know what? Charlotta, you can do this. You can do this. So I hadn't spoken to a family that was here in my city, and I wasn't sure what to say to a grieving mother. So I called her and told her who I was. I was part of a group that could help her get justice for her son. We met up and we've been fighting together ever since. That was last May. Now, the second family, let me take this off because I'm getting warm now. The second family that I reached out to here in Chicago, I met her sister. Her sister was my Uber driver. And I'm talking to everybody about what happened to Tim, and she started crying. Tell me what happened to her nephew. I'm like, what? I want to help whoever I can help. If I can't get to your city, I got 3 phones. Call me on one of them. My numbers are accessible 24 hours per day. If I'm in a sleep and somebody call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to answer the phone. I can't afford to ignore any numbers because somebody might be calling me from Alaska. Can't afford to ignore it. Donna, where you at? See the lady back there waving her hand? That's the second family that I connected to Dare to Struggle. Isaiah and I went to her house and saw the dash cam video of her son being murdered by state troopers. They need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. So, I started to connect with more families across the city and across the country, letting them know that they aren't alone, and I'm encouraging them to band together in this fight. Because we got to have each other. Over time, it's been easier for me to connect with more families, hear their stories, and to be strong with them. In this society, we are taught to suffer in silence, that our problems are our own and nobody else's. And sometimes it can be the hardest thing to realize you don't have to suffer alone, that your pain is shared by thousands of others, millions more who suffer under the gun of police brutality. You're not alone in this fight. We are stronger together if we are strong for each other. You feel me? If I got my hands like this, better yet, take a salt and pepper shaker, put some crazy glue on it, and stick it together. Try to get it apart. That's how strong we gotta be. That's how organized we gotta be. So the next time they go out there and shoot somebody and kill them in Jupiter somewhere, everybody come out like we did for 022. Take the streets, shut that shit down. Demand that they be arrested. That's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take. 022 is very important. We can't just come out for 022. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. How many states we had last year? 20 or something like that? That's very good. But if we came out like that every time they shoot and kill somebody, no matter where it's at, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. Okay, so many of us here today are mothers, fathers, wives, partners, sons, daughters, brothers and sisters of someone whose life has been stolen. We share one thing in common, this system, and the trigger-happy pigs who work to uphold the system. You know, they've stolen our loved ones' lives and threw us into the American nightmare. But losing a loved one or someone you know and care about at the hands of these pigs doesn't automatically mean anything. Let's not get it confused. Just because we had our loved ones' lives stolen from us, it don't automatically mean we know everything about police brutality or to fight against it. And that is exactly why we are having this conference this weekend, to better understand this struggle about the fight against police brutality. And what it will take to build it back on a solid foundation. Our misfortune alone doesn't make us warriors. But what it does do is it gives us an opportunity. It gives us the opportunity to struggle. It gives us the opportunity to put a fire in our belly that can sustain us for a lifetime fighting for justice for our loved ones. It gives us the strength to be uncompromising and unafraid in the face of the enemy, in the face of the pigs and the people in power. And it gives us the opportunity to keep our loved ones' stories alive, to tell the world about who they were in life and expose how their lives were taken from us. Now, I didn't think too much about the police most of my life. I mean, I knew they killed people, Laquan McDonald, Dexter Reed, you know, and I knew they committed crimes, and I didn't think too much about it. Maybe that was wrong, but it wasn't until it happened at my doorstep that I began to learn. It wasn't until I met Dare to Struggle and families demanding justice that I began to understand. It wasn't until I started to fight, protest, struggle, and learn this history that I realized there's been a war going on for a long time against oppressed people in this country. Black people, Latino people, indigenous people, white people, poor white people, all people this system has kept at the bottom. But you know what? It's time for us to rise up, y'all. It's time for us to rise up. They've been killing us for decades, beating us and keeping us down. But oppression breeds resistance. And while they've been trying to keep us down, our people have risen up time and time again. You know what? The struggle against this system is serious. It's deadly serious. Because they kill our loved ones like they ain't shit. And go home and eat a motherfucking burger and go to bed. And wake up tomorrow, man, should I kill somebody today? My wife didn't give me none last night, I guess I will. That's how they think about us. Because they got a badge. I told one, take that badge off. I bet I kick your ass and you a man, I'm a woman. Put the gun down and take that badge off. So this is what we have to do. Our people have risen up fighting for a world free of oppression. There have always been sellouts and opportunists, always will be, who use the struggle of the people for their own personal or political gain, tearing down the movement in the process. Despite all of the powerful rebellions against police brutality that have erupted in this country, shaking the system to its core, these rebellions have continually been strangled, pulled, and led into the ground by politicians and opportunists. It's time for this to change, people. It really is. So, this system has been at war with oppressed people. Today, the war on our people is one-sided, and the enemy is winning. Not for long, though. We have fighters, too. And it's time we start to build our own kind of army that's going to knock the pigs out on their asses. That's right. Families can play an important part of this fight, a crucial weapon in the fight against police brutality. But we need to make the leap in coming together, organizing ourselves, and becoming warriors in the struggle together for our collective liberation. Now, in 2020, this country went up in flames. Millions of people across this country took to the streets in the wake of the public execution of George Floyd. Let me tell you something. I want us to have a George Floyd movement. Like I just said, millions of people across this country took to the streets in the wake of the public execution of George Floyd in Minneapolis. That's what we got to do when they kill somebody. I don't give a damn if it's 6 below zero outside. That's what it's going to take to shake this system to the core. If they shoot your son, where you live, sweetheart? Where you live? Where do you live? Cleveland? When they kill Samir in Cleveland, New York, Minneapolis, New Mexico, Chicago, Texas, Oregon, we need to come outside. We need to come outside. Look, I got a lot of nerve. I got a walker. Quinn and Edgerton, I take that damn walker and walk down the street with it. I walk down the street and shut the damn street down with my walker. If my leg ain't here right and right. I don't care if I gotta use that damn walker, a crutch, 2 crutches, a cane, take the street, shut it down. You wanna go down, you wanna go home and rush out, it's 5 o'clock when we shut the street down for Nate Barron. 5 o'clock in the evening, rush hour. You gonna drive down Central? You're a black monkey's Uncle Lie. You're not gonna drive down this street, go around. We shut that shit down. And we have to not just say we're gonna shut it down, we gotta shut that shit down. Martin Luther King, back in the day, he didn't say shit. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Millions of people say that, where y'all gonna drive to? You gonna run me over? I ain't gonna holler. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm just gonna kneel right there in the middle of the expressway going. What you gonna do, run us all over? I'm gonna give you all a silent protest. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna sit here until you shut this, till you change this shit. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting off course. Okay. In those early days when George Floyd was murdered, the masses of people got a taste of power and took matters into their own hands. The burning down of the 3rd precinct sent a clear message to the system. The people are powerful. And we ain't gonna put up with this shit no more. They said we're not gonna put up with this shit no more. This powerful rebellion, what we call mass resistance, forced the system to do what it is so unwilling to do time and time again. It threw that killer pig Derek Chauvin in a prison cell. I used to think we needed a new law to change to charge police for murder. We don't need a new law. We don't need a new law. I realize murder is already illegal. And these pigs need to be brought to justice just like anybody else would. Because if I shoot somebody 16 times, if I shoot somebody 16 times, they're going to lock my ass up. I ain't getting paid. I ain't getting no 30-day administrative leave. I'm going to jail. Period. Hell, if I shoot somebody 2 times, 1 time, you can, even with a concealed carry, you can get your ass locked up. So because you got a badge, you can just kill me and go home and sip on a beer while you watch the game and fart and think nothing of it. For us in FDJ, the only reform we fight for is 3 little words. Jail killer cops. Jail killer cops. Jail killer cops. And the only effective, consistent means of doing this that raises the people up to be powerful is through mass rebellion. What happened in 2020? Where did all this power go? Since that powerful uprising, more than 8,000 people have been killed by law enforcement in this country. 8,000! Shame! You know, nearly every year since, the number keeps going up. You want to know why it keeps going up? Because we're not doing shit about it. We let them get away with it. We might put up, when Timothy was killed, I think for the month of January, do you know these bastards, had the nerve, the audacity, the guts, and the gall on January 3rd, 2026, a year later, they had to bring that on top of the news. 1 year ago, Timothy Glaze, bitch, what you talking about if they still free? You need to report when they get locked up because that's going to happen. It's going to happen. So what are you reporting? Why are you bringing it up? When the officers, as a matter of fact, the investigation is still ongoing. 14 months later, 15 months later. Why? Because you're trying to justify shooting him 60. You can't justify that. The man was 6 feet 1, 137 pounds, suffering from terminal cancer, and you shot him 16 times. After he fell, you shot him 3 times in the butt, twice in the back. That young lady right there, Elizabeth, let me tell you something. Quinn, he always put me in something, y'all. That's my guy, though. He cool. He always get me to do stuff. So he, got me to be a hotline operator for FDJ. They got a hotline. Mama loved it. And I used to sit there and look at the damn phone. Damn, the mama ain't gonna never ring. It ain't gonna never ring. When it did ring, I was so shocked the damn phone rang. I said, oh, shit. Let me get my pen. Let me tell y'all something. That was not long ago. Elizabeth was the one who called me from Austin, Texas. She's here today. They killed her baby. She needed some help, and she wanted families demanding justice to help her. And she came from Austin, Texas to be here today. All right, so now, police continue to kill at epidemic proportions. In the midst of the 2020 uprising, when the people were standing up and learning how to fight together, you had every opportunist lawyer, activist, and politician in this country trying to steer people's rage into whatever benefited them. Black Lives Matter made millions off our loved ones. Attorneys like Ben Crump could get on TV and tell the world they were the lawyer of the movement, collecting millions of dollars in settlement money. The people saw all of this and became demoralized, cynical, feeling that nothing can change. How could the people have gone so far in this fight only to have it all quickly pulled away by opportunists? The people were deceived by opportunists, grifters, and misleaders. The damage they have done is massive, but how do we tell who is who? Anyone can say they are against police brutality. Most people are. The most important question we have to ask, what you gonna do to stop it? What are you willing to put on the line to end it? Are you going to the people, exposing the crimes of the system, bringing them with you into the streets to shut shit down? Are you really shutting shit down, or are you just saying you are? Talk is cheap as hell. I'm gonna wrap this up. Sometimes it can feel like we are alone in this fight. I know I felt alone plenty of times, and then nobody cares. You hold a protest and no one comes, even when they said they would. You hold a press conference and the media doesn't bother with it. It can be demoralizing and make you want to give up. But under this system where justice is a foreign concept, where grifters have time and time again ran this movement into the ground, where people have seen no real fundamental change their whole lives, can we blame them for being cynical? We have to have faith. Faith in the masses. That they are able, that they are capable, and they are powerful when they rise up together. I'm going to tell you all this, and I'm going to end my little meeting. I ain't got to read no more. I know what I got to say. Time is running out. Timothy Glaze was entered into the Stolen Lives movement. They was given a certificate. Dare to Struggle Queen, he spoils me, even though I spoil him too, but he spoiled me more. They gave me some Amazon gift cards for Christmas. And I love Timothy so much, as he came to help me do this, I sent a picture to Amazon with the Stolen Lives certificate and had it put on a plaque. Beautiful. Sky made me some posters. People have given me so many things, the flower posters, and I've been trying to raise the fund to have a memorial in my house. Instead of having all Timothy things in the closet on a shelf, I want to see him when I come in the house. I want to see his picture. I want to keep his name and his memory alive. I don't want to just box it up and put it in the closet. Timothy is not at rest. So, I have all kinds of things back there that I'm selling this weekend. Those bookmarks are beautiful. You can order bookmarks. There's an order form back there. You can order bookmarks in whatever color you want. You can order 10 of them if you want to. It's up to you, whatever you want. I will ship them to you. I have men's cologne, women's body oil, air fresheners for the car, air fresheners for the house. Because when you fart, it stinks. I'm just telling you. But look, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, but I want you guys to know something. My motto is, when I met them, I'm in it to win it, and that's justice. Jail killer cops. Jail killer cops.
Give it up one more time for Charlotta.